Yes, so now we can discuss about coding programming skills. This is most important in information technology, and as well as developers also it will be more useful. Developers and as well as programmers, these coding programming skills are most important. What are those and how to do it? We can discuss now. Coding guidelines which will help you to improve your coding skills. Let us begin with the top 20 coding guidelines. Set up a version control and commit to individual projects on a regular basis. You won't regret losing data or not knowing why something worked yesterday if you use it on tasks where you work alone. So version control is most important. Suppose if version changing means the using tools will be automatically it will have some slight changes. By that the speed of the programming will be reduced. So that version control you should be careful. Once if you know the version control, if it is changing means your mind will be ready to receive new updates in that. Don't use labels like fixes, refractor, refactor, or monitor minor modifications in your commits, comments. Instead, use descriptive titles. That is most important. Before you commit anything, double check everything you have done. Examine the reasoning and simplify as much as feasible. If required, refactor. This is most important. While you are coding, the comments should be very clearly there. This set of block is for coding. This set of block is for sorting. This set of block is for indexing. This set of block is for picking a record. Likewise, if you write it, suppose you will do the program will be done very well and project will be completed. Afterwards, after 2 or 3 years, if they go for enhancements, that particular person also can understand what are the coding reasons it is here. For what sort of information he coded likewise. So every comment, the set of block, if you give a comment, it is easy to them to understand. So comments are most important in coding. Use comments to describe why you did something rather than how you did it. So learn how to use Google properly. Try to learn how to copy and paste while also understanding what is going on behind the scenes. Learn how to debug properly. Take a look at the documentation. Don't start coding on the spur of the moment or based on what you have read on Stack Overflow. Try to learn not just how to copy and paste, but also how to grasp what is going on behind the scenes. Consider what you want to achieve first, then create the test, and lastly, code. But don't overthink it or become obsessive with testing everything. Patience is required. Some days will go smoothly and will make significant progress. On the other days, challenges will develop. So relax and take it easy. Make use of good logging system. Logs are necessary. Use a cloud log system if the program runs on the client. Learn the fundamentals first, then utilize frameworks as needed. Libraries should take precedence over frameworks. There are advantages and disadvantages to all languages and technology. Don't condemn something you don't utilize or understand. The SOAP protocol, for example, is legitimate and frequently used by institutions despite its age. It's more important to learn concepts than syntax. Any language's syntax may be mastered fast if you grasp the principles and conventions of programming. You must be extremely neat in this line of work. Read about technology and software development if you are curious. You don't need to know everything, but it is always useful to know that what tools are available to address as an issue. Medium is an excellent place to visit, or you may follow amazing software engineers on Twitter. This is the most important coding skill, programming skills. And generally, more than this, YouTube video also will provide. Suppose you are facing a problem in coding. Suppose it may be entry, modify, only, especially in coding, almost all developers will face the problem in, especially in 6 month, 5 mantras, that is entry, modify, delete, view, print. For all these things, you can get the snippets in Google, or otherwise you can, suppose if you want in detail, you can get in YouTube also. I want Python entry module example, then if you will get it, and it will explain everything. But you should also have your own fundamental knowledge and basic coding, then you can frame it very well. But don't take too much of time. Once video is completed, you should not be diverted to other videos on the side and the on that list also. First, you should have the goal of doing programming in time. That is most important. If you are having such things, and if you are able to utilize the Google coding and as Google search, and as well as YouTube videos properly, then it will be very nice to you to develop as a good programmer. And if these are all coding programming skills, then you will be developed very well. Wishing you all the best.